Hey guys, how are you doing today? We're going to be making a in the hoop wallet. Completely done in the hoop. We're going to insert the snap. We're going to put the zipper in. It's got the card slots. All of these. The zipper. Completely lined. No raw edges. It's amazing. That does it in the hoop. Completely in the hoop. We're going to put the tag in it, the little clip. You don't have to put this in there if you don't want to. You can omit this part. We're going to install the snap. I'm going to show you how to put the snap on inside completely. It's going to be great. So what you need to do this wallet is, it's from Embroidery Garden. You're going to need to print out the PDF, and it's a book. Okay, so this is a little bit intense. It's in 3 hoopings, but wait, don't run off. Don't let that scare you off. The flap, this part, is made in 1 hooping. The back is made in another, and then it's all. Okay, to make this wallet, what you're going to need is the PDF. So print out the PDF. It's going to tell you all of your sizes that you need, what size to cut your fabrics, everything. I've done mine in color. So like my batting, I've done orange. My outside fabric is pink, and then the inside lining fabric is blue, so that I don't get them confused when I get to the machine or while I'm cutting them out. I know what they are. Also, they're lettered A through M. So I cut up a piece of paper, write a letter on it like this. So letter A for this piece. And the way that Ren at Embroidery Library does it is how she letters her fabric or pieces, or how you put them into the machine. So you would stack your fabric A through M, all your pieces A through M, and as you make them, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on throughout. But make sure you print your PDF. You read through it. You want to read through this whole PDF and make sure you understand what it's saying. They have a 5x7 version of it. She has this one's a 6x10. And they have one other larger size, and I can't remember. I think it's for the 8x14 hoop. I have the design loaded into the machine. I have all of my fabrics cut to size. I have my hoops hooped. This one is hooped with, we're going to make the flap with this one. And it's hooped with tearaway stabilizer. This one is going to make our outside of our bag, the outside quilted part. What did I do with my bag? Oh, it fell in the floor. The outside quilted part of the bag. And then the next hooping, we'll rehoop the 6x10 hoop, and then we'll put it all together in the hoop. It's amazing. It's like magic. It's super easy though. It's just a little confusing when you read the PDF. So make sure you read through it. You watch this video, and you watch this video, and you watch this video, and it's going to show you how to put everything together. So let's head over to the machine. All right, here we are at the machine. I have the flap file loaded into the machine. Just get everything ready and hit embroidery. All right. There's the design for the flap. It does it in 2 steps. The first step is to lay your batting. Take your little letter off of it first. Put your piece A down. Just like this. Kind of center it in your hoop. See? And then you're going to take piece B and take your little tag off. And then you're going to lay that down on top of it. Get it straight and centered and smooth and flat. Okay? Just like that. I have gray thread loaded into my machine. And now it's going to do the quilting. Alright, so now what you want to do is take your tag off your number C piece. This one. You want to turn it over, put it right side to right side, pretty to pretty. Lay it on top of this. Get it flat and smooth. Just like that. And now it's going to put them two layers together. Now you can take this out of the hoop, completely out of the hoop, set it aside, and let's get the pieces for the quilted back. Okay, here we are. I have my 6x10 hoop. I have the design for the quilted back loaded. What you're going to do is pick piece D, take your tag off, lay this down under the hoop, under the foot, and center it in your hoop. Make sure it's laying flat. Okay, and then you're going to take piece E. You're going to do the same thing. Remove your pin, and you're going to lay it down on top of it. Make sure it's all flat. All right, there we go. And now we're going to run the quilting for that. Now you can set this aside. You can remove it from your hoop, and you want to re-hoop a piece of cutaway stabilizer. I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, here we are with a 6x10 hoop, piece of cutaway stabilizer. I have the design loaded into the machine. We are ready to sew. The first step is going to sew a placement line right on your stabilizer. Alright, we're going going to take piece F. We're going to lay it right side up. And we're going to lay it right on this placement line that it just sewed. We're going to line it right up with it all the way across. See? Just lay it right there on it. And then we're going to run the next step. The next step is to take piece F and lay it, that line that it just put, this line right here it just sewed, you want to lay the fold side that way 3/4 of an inch from this line, all the way across, 3/4 of an inch. Okay, kind of center it in between the hoop this way, 3/4 of an inch. This piece, she told you to fold this in half and press it. So that's what I did. The fold side, the fold is that way. Put your foot down and sew the next step. Okay, the next step is to take your other pocket piece with the fold this way, line it up with the bottom of this, the original first piece that we laid down. Just line it up with the bottom all the way across. Make sure it's centered. Center it this way between your hoop. That's what it should look like. We're going to put this back on our machine. Just like this. And I'm going to stitch the next step. No, I'm not. I'm going to rethread my machine. Now I'm going to stitch step number 4. Step number 5 stitches the placement line for the zipper. We're going to sew them right on the stabilizer. Okay, the next step you do is you tape your zipper in. Make sure your zipper pull is well out of the way. Make sure your other end with this metal piece is out of the way. You want to line it up in between these two lines. So line it up right on this line and tape it down. On both sides it's lined up right on that line. Okay, and I got it taped into my hoop. Line up just like that. Make sure it's out of the way. We're going to put it back on our hoop, on our machine. And we're going to stitch. Okay guys, so what it did was it sewed down both sides of that zipper. Make sure you tape it in good. Make sure it is lined up with that line. Placement line all the way down. That's what it looks like. Alright, here we are, and we got piece I. In the PDF, piece I said take and fold down 1/2 inch and press it. And then it says lay it even with the bottom of your pocket pieces. Just like this. Okay. I'm going to run that step. Okay, now what it says was to fold piece I down. This is our piece I. Fold it down to where it's at your zipper teeth. Lined up down your zipper teeth. And I pinned mine well out of the way of the sewing areas. Down on both sides. Okay? And I'm going to put this back on the machine. And it's going to stitch a line down there. Okay, now it's going to do this pretty little stitch. Okay, let it do down the middle here. It's going to do a pretty little like star burst thing down the middle. Okay, so now what we do is take piece J on the back of our hoop. This is the front, this is the back, right sides down. We're going to line this up right here with the bottom of our zipper tape. The top of our zipper tape. Top of our zipper tape. And we're going to tape it down. Tape it really good, okay? Okay, we have piece J taped to the back. And we're going to move that pin out of the way. And we're going to stitch piece J to the back. Alright, we're going to turn our hoop over. This is the back of our hoop. This is the front of our hoop. We're going to take piece J and we're going to fold it up and we're going to tape it down. Then we're going to take piece K and we're going to put right side down even with the edge of the bottom of the zipper tape. So you're going to take this and line it up even with the bottom of the zipper tape. Just like that. Let's scoot it down a little bit. And now you want to tape it down. So that's what it looks like. I've taped piece K on top of piece J that's folded back. I've got it level with the bottom of my zipper tape. And I got it taped down. Now we're going to put it back on the hoop. I'm going to turn it the right way and then put it back on the frame. Now we're going to take piece L. Alright, piece L. And we're going to lay it right sides down. Lined up with the bottom of this zipper tape. Just like that. Right sides down, level with the zipper tape. And we're going to run that step. Okay, now we're going to take piece M. Take our tag off of it. This is your batting piece. And we're going to quilt the pocket. So we're going to lay this right up to this line that it just stitched. Lay it flat. Line it up good. Bring this piece down. Just like this. Like that. That's how it's going to look. So we lay our batting down, and then we're going to pull the piece on top of it. Make sure it's laying flat, and we're going to quilt it. Okay, so this is what our hoop looks like. This is the front. This is the back. So now we're going to take all this tape off the back. I'm going to keep it because I'm going to use it again. If it's got any sticky left on it. Okay. Now we're going to fold this first piece back. Just like this. And we're going to tape it down. Alright. Now it's much easier if you do this now than later. You see where the zipper is? The zipper's right in here. We need to take our scissors and very carefully, very carefully, I'm going to do it off of camera so I don't nip my fabric or anything. And we need to just cut this piece out. Only thing you're getting is the stabilizer. You're not getting the zipper under it. You're just cutting out a piece of stabilizer. Being very careful not to cut any of your fabric or the zipper under it. Okay, so this is what we cut out. So now you can see your zipper in there. Yeah. I think I'm going to clean mine up a little bit more off of camera because I didn't cut quite straight. Okay. And then you're going to take this piece and you're going to fold it down and you're going to tape it down as well. Okay, so here's where we are. This is the back of the hoop. Everything's taped down. The stabilizer's removed from behind the zipper. This is what the front looks like. Okay, so now we're going to unzip our zipper. This is important if you want to be able to use this zipper in your bag. You want to unzip it. Well, come on, fingers. There we go. Unzip it to about there. Maybe an inch from the end. Do you see where your end is here, where this line is? It's gonna stitch around here to close it. Okay, so you want to make sure the zipper is open. And there's our pocket. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna go get some other pieces and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, so here we are. This is what our hoop looks like. This is the front. This is the back. We're going to take the piece that we did our flap on. Okay? And we're going to take our pinking shears. You can use regular scissors, but you'll have to notch around that little curve to make it look really pretty. So you want to cut this out about 1/4 of an inch or so around the stitches. At the bottom, you want to leave a little extra at the bottom Okay, so you want to leave a little extra at the bottom, and this is what it looks like. I've cut it out. This is my pieces. Now we're going to turn it inside out. I'm going to reach between the two fabric pieces. You're going to flip that out and flip this corner out and make it look nice and pretty. I'm going to use this chopstick, and I'm going to poke my corners out very carefully. Run it along my seam. Poke this corner out, and I'm going to press it. This is what it looks like. So we're at the hoop. Right here at the hoop. This original first line that it did, right here, that's where you're going to line up the bottom. See where it's open here? So the bottom where it quit sewing at, right here and right here, we're going to line these sides up with that line. And we're going to make sure the pretty side is up. So this quilted part is up. I'm going to line it up, kind of center it in between, just like that. Get your tape. I'm going to tape it down here. Give me a second and I'll show you what I'm doing. And I'm going to tape it down up here. Just like that. So here's our flap. Okay. There's our stitch line right here. And I've lined up where it quits sewing at on both sides on that line. I need to adjust this one just a little bit here. And you want to kind of center it in between the ends of the line and the ends of the line. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Make sure this quilted part is up. And then you can take, if you want, you can use one of these, or you can use one of these, and some, let's get a pink, gray. Let's see what I got. Oh, there's a pink. So you can get some of this FOE. It's just pretty fold over elastic. And what you can do is you can cut a piece of it, stick it through here. Like this. I think I actually will do it on this bag. So cut a piece of it. Let's see how big that is. I'll cut about 3.5 inches. And you want to fold it in half like this, with the pretty side out. Put this back in my drawer. So the pretty side out. Now you can put this anywhere on this bag you want. Anywhere within the outside, as long as you put this part on the inside of the bag. Okay, so let's see where I want mine at. Where did I put them on this one? Up close to the top. Okay, so that's what I'll do again. Then I'll put it right here on the inside of the bag, and I'm going to tape it down. Oh wait, no. Moved on me. Alright. That's what I did. I've got it on the inside of the bag. See, I've got the buckle towards the inside. Anything that you want to keep, needs to be on the inside of the bag. Okay, so again, this is what it looks like. I've pinned it towards the inside of the bag. Our flap is the quilted side up. Okay? Just like that. Now let's head over to the machine. One more thing before we go to the machine, you want to take the backing, the back piece that you made, this big piece that is quilted. You want to put it quilted side down like this, quilted side down on top of your bag, like just like this. Okay, now let's head to the machine. Okay guys, here we are back at the machine. It's going to stitch this little line at the bottom. This is what it looks like. I took the back piece, I took the quilted piece back off, kind of jumped the gun a little bit with that. We're going to stitch a line at the bottom first, straight across the bottom, and that's going to close in the bottom of our pocket. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to stitch the backing to this quilted piece that we made. Make sure you put the back up. So you want the pretty side down, and you want to make sure that all of your quilted pieces are covering up. You kind of want to just center it on your hoop. Make sure your quilted pieces is going to cover up what needs to be covered. So like this. And then we're going to run the next step. The very last stitching step. The very last stitch is this little X, and it doesn't stitch that one, because when the machine gets through, it automatically goes back to the center of the hoop, and we have a lot of stuff in here and we don't want our foot to catch. So the very last stitch, 14 of 14, you do not stitch. Alright guys, here we are. We're all finished. We've got it sewed together. Front of our hoop. This is the back of our hoop. And you can take off all this tape. We don't need it no more. Finished. You sewed in a zipper. You made pockets. You made card slots. You're fixing to put in a cam snap. You're a professional. Take it out of the hoop. Piece of tape. Okay, that's what it looks like. So we're going to take our pinking shears and we're going to cut about 1/4 of an inch or so away, all the way around except for at the bottom. Where the bottom is, I cut and I turn back around and cut out. And then I go in again like this up to the stitch line, turn and go out. And you want to cut off all this extra zipper. This is why anything that you want to keep is on the inside of your bag, because you cut it off. Your wallet, your bag, whatever it is you're making, you want to make sure your zipper is open and that anything that you want to keep is on the inside. So this is what mine looks like. See, at the bottom I left enough for us to turn it. All you really need is, you can cut some of this book off right here. So all you really need are the layers that you're going to turn it. So you can cut that off and then go to you need this piece and you need this piece. Okay? So you can cut some of this book off like this. So all you need is the 2 fabric pieces, the part that makes the hole. Okay, so what it looks like. This is going to be a little tricky to turn, but it's still easy. Just kind of nip your corners. Again, if you don't have pinking shears, you can use regular scissors. That's fine. You just want some scissors that has some backbone to it, because you did cut through a lot of layers. See how thick? It's pretty thick. Okay, so you're going to reach in here and you're going to turn it. Okay guys, so you're going to reach in here and you're going to turn it. Just going to reach all the way in very carefully. I like to start from the furthest corner and kind of push it in and pull it out. Just flip it through that hole. You can do it. It's a little tough and tight. Take your time. A little pull, a little shiver, shimmy, pull it in there. You got this. Just turn it out. Yeah, we got it now. There we go. Take your chopstick. Take your chopstick again, or your dowel or whatever, very carefully, and you want to poke out your corners. Make sure they're nice and rounded like you want them. Pull all this out. Mine got caught, see? So I'm just going to cut that out of there. Oops. So I'm going to just very carefully cut the elastic out. Don't cut your fabric. Just cut your elastic. If you had the same boo-boo I did, you probably didn't. Probably lined yours up a little better than I did. Okay. This bag is for me, so it's going to be okay. This wallet, I'm going to use it. This one's not for sale. There we go. This one just won't have a hook on it. Okay, finish getting your corners out. Very carefully, your chopstick will go through all these layers. Alright, see, that's what mine looks like. You can cut these strings now in between. Being very careful not to cut nothing but the thread. Okay, this is what it looks like. We have our two ends here for turning. Okay, this is what it looks like. A zipper pocket, fully lined, no raw edges, none. Okay, so now we're going to put in our cam snap. So we're going to kind of tuck this in like we need it, like you want it, so kind of give us a visual. Okay, just like this. Where we're going to close it at, fold it in half, and then close it like this. Get everything lined up like you want it. Make sure it's good and centered. Yeah, just like this. And then kind of give yourself a little extra slack here, because you know you're going to put some cards in here and they're going to be full. Okay, so kind of give yourself a little bit of slack, some, enough to put your finger in. Make it a little tight on your finger, but enough you can put your finger in, and kind of line it up again. Make sure everything is where you want to put it at. Okay, and then I'm going to put my snap about right there. So I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold the flat part in half where the flap is. Kind of smush it with my hand here. So that's my center reference point. And I'm going to take my stabby tool and stab a hole all the way through it. Okay, all the way through. Now these is what cam snaps look like. They got a little point on them, and they got a button part on this side. You have a female part, you have a male part. So this is what they look like. Sorry, I decided I wanted white snaps instead of pink snaps. So this is what they are. Male, female. It takes 2 of these, 1 male and 1 female part to do a snap. Okay, so we're back at this. We have our hole. You want to put the flap part towards the quilted part of your flap and push it all the way through. See, I pushed it all the way through. All the layers. And I'm going to take the female part. It doesn't matter male or female on this part, whatever preference you have. So, and I put it on that little spike. Take your cam snap tool. The black part here goes towards the flat button part on the back. Put it in there and squeeze. Okay, and you just attached a snap. Yay! I'm gonna make sure it's good and flat in there. I like to make sure mine's good and in there. Yeah, just like that. Now we're gonna line it back up like we had it a while ago. These threads out of the way. Line it back up where you got enough of room in here. And I have my snap with my thumb, and I'm just gonna take my pokey tool and I'm gonna gauge. I'm gonna look in here and I'm gonna say that's where it lines up at. And then I'm gonna stick my hand through here, and I'm only going through this one layer. And I'm gonna come out this hole. See, I'm only gonna go through this one, that quilted piece that we did, the second thing we did. That's all I went through, that one layer. I didn't go through our pocket, because if you did, you're gonna have a hole through your pocket and you just snapped your pocket closed at the bottom. So I just went through the one layer. This time the button piece goes from the inside out. So you find your hole, go in there like this, and you put your snap through this hole and push it through. You see that? So I'm only messing with this layer. I'm not messing with our zipper pocket. Take the other piece, lay it on the top, like this. Take your tool, you got to wiggle it in there, lay your snap. The black piece goes towards the button part, and give it a smush. Ugh. Just like that. Let's make sure it works. And it does. Snap. Okay. You just put in a snap. Okay, so now we're going to take our Fabri-Tac glue. Fabri-Tac. I'm going to use these little these little Wonder Clips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by this line, the stitch line, and I'm going to make sure it's nice and even and straight. Just fold it in some more. There you go. Just like this. So it's straight across the bottom. It's going to cover that stitch line up. I'm going to take it over here and I'm going to press it a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of steam because I want that to hold pretty good. You're going through a lot of layers. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Put you some Fabri-Tac glue in here. Just like that. If any comes out, just take an extra piece and wipe it. It doesn't get hard and it dries clear. And take some of these little clips, just like this, and wait 3 to 5 minutes and it'll be dry and I'll be back. Alright guys, it's been 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So let's take this off. Are you dry? You're dry. Look, it's dry. No more hole. So you have a beautiful wallet that you made completely in the hoop. Snappy snap. That's what it looks like. You've got credit card pockets. Your zip pocket. Again, completely lined. No raw edges. None. The seams are completely enclosed. This design is from Embroidery Garden. I'll put a link below. While you're down there, comment and tell me what designs you would like for me to teach you how to do, to make videos on, because I just love to do this. Okay, while you're there, give me a good subscribe and a thumbs up. Here's the wallet, the original one that I showed you. How fun that is. There's some other colors I've made. I think this would be pretty as the magnolia. This fabric would be pretty as the magnolia trivet that we did last week. And then this one, how pretty is this? I got all of these fabrics at Walmart. They have a fat quarter, like a fat quarter stack. All of these are fat quarter friendly. So if you use 2 colors, like in this one, I used 2 different colors. I used 2 fat quarters. And I really didn't use them all. I've got a good, they're over there. I got a good, maybe 5 inches or so left of these pieces. So they're fat quarter friendly. This one I used the same color throughout. And I used 2 of the same fabric fat quarters. So it is fat quarter friendly. You just need 2 of them. So that's our wallet. Y'all have a great day.